came to the development or the really restructuring the way that public library presented themselves as far as their facilities, it goes back to the last term of the board.
The public's been very much involved from the very beginning. Back in the early 2000s, consultations, focus groups, town hall meetings, they had personal interviews.
When we knew that there was coming at us really the infrastructure funding, and council actually selected the projects, and I was really pleased that they selected the replacement or the new Mary J. L. Black Library as one of the projects we'd submit.
When the infrastructure money came to be, we hit the ground running. We had all the background report.
We broke ground for Mary J. L. Black in July of 2010, and we opened May 9th of 2011, which basically less than 1 year, we opened a new facility.
I was involved early on in the beginning planning stages. That was the time in which we decided, what we would bring from the old library to the new library to provide that continuity. And every single one of us immediately said the mosaic. The Ruby Owens mosaic must come, because that is so much a part of the Mary Black Library that it just needs to continue.
I'm most proud of the art projects that we were able to complete.
Great cities have great library systems. That was actually told to me by the chief librarian in Vancouver, and it always resonated with me because libraries get taken for granted, quite frankly, in a lot of cases, and you don't realize the importance of libraries until you start looking at the renewal of them and placement of them. I am a huge fan of libraries in terms of what they mean to a community. Library system is really part of a great city.
The library is kind of like the living room of the community. People come here, they're always welcome. We try to make them feel as welcome as possible. And even if you don't have a library card, you come in, you need to find some information, we're always wanting to help you find what you need. It is an equalizer, and we try to make people feel as comfortable as possible and as welcome as possible when they come here.
This is a warehouse of knowledge. So it's the facility, it's the people, it's the fact that it's open to everybody. Those are all things that are so important to the library. Not only the books, but there's that avenue to explore the electronic side of knowledge as well.
For a lot of people that don't have access to other things or can't go to some of the private bookstores and buy books, library is a great place in offering sort of an equal playing field with people, because they really can go there and get anything. And so I think libraries have a huge role to play, and I was really pleased with what was shown in a recent citizen survey, where libraries ranked up there with the hard services like water and fire protection, things like that, and libraries were in the top 5, and that was really pleasing.
The role of the library as a civic institution in the city is to provide cultural capital. We play a significant role in selling the city. We have families that come in when they're touring Thunder Bay, and they want to go and see the branches of the library because their family will be using the library, as well as the library shows, at least the state that the library is in, is indicative of how the city sees itself.
When I think of how we formulated this plan, how we worked through the part of pulling this together as far as the city was concerned and the public was concerned, it's just amazing how it turned out. I think that when people walk into a building like this, they say, this is what we deserve. This is what will carry us into the next 40, 50 years. This is a facility that everybody should be proud of.
It's really about what public facilities should be. They should, convey, I think, beauty, solid design, and set kind of a standard, quite frankly, for, what we want to see our community, how we want to see our community move forward. It reflects a design, I think, that is not overdone, but it's certainly, it's a place where people want to come.
It's a beautiful facility, it's accessible to everyone, it's barrier-free, there's an area for children. I saw the puppeteer station there, and there's a beautiful art piece up at the back wall. The computerized systems, the books, it's got everything. It's got places reserved just for children and adults, so it incorporates everything.
think it's a great model. We've got the room we're in right now, which can be a meeting room for the public as well. It can be closed off. It's a community facility, not just for people using the library, that somebody wants to have a meeting, it's available.
People come in with a smile and they leave with a smile. They're happy that this is here. And I think this is what we're all about as city councilors. We need to evaluate what we're doing. We need to study what we're doing. We need to research, reflect, and then make the decision. And this was a good decision for the people.
It's a really warm, welcoming environment, perfect for me and my children, especially the story times and just being able to access the books that they love.
I feel very happy because there's a new library.
It is a wonderful space that greets you and makes you want to stay.
Inside it's so bright and beautiful and light. That's the key thing to me.
The new environment is going to continue with its great community spirit and community support, a welcoming place for the whole of Westfort to come and hang out, learn, read.
I was a patron of the old library for years, and it was well used, and this will even be more used.
Well, the library is important in my life because I can get the things I need, and this one has no stairs, so I can go in.
People now see how wonderful and how the library can bring everyone together, and that it is not just Westfort or Fort William, that it is everybody in this city that will use these facilities and benefit from it.
I would give all the credit really to the library board in terms of their stakeholders, in terms of the design. The city has really truly worked in partnership with the library board on this project.
With the building and the opening of Mary J. L. Black, I think it shows the public that we're on the right track, that the change is a change for the next several years. And we let go of those old facilities and we introduce the public to something that's brand new and innovative.